An R-rated version of Sesame Street. Sign me up.
Lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better
The Happytime Murders stars Melissa McCarthy, Joe McHale, Maya Rudolph, and Elizabeth Banks, and is directed by the late Jim Henson's son, Brian Henson. And basically, like I said in the intro, this is an R-rated version of Sesame Street with humans. Basically, Detective Phil Phillips is a down-on-his-luck puppet, and he used to work for the Los Angeles Police Department. So when two puppets from an old TV show wind up dead, Phil suspects something is afoot and rejoins the LAPD as a consultant. And then he gets reunited with Connie Edwards, which is his former human partner. The bickering duo soon find themselves in a race against time to protect other former cast members before the killer strikes again and find out who is killing puppets. Okay. Now, the Happytime Murders. I was kind of interested in this. The trailers didn't really do a lot for me, but the advertisements were getting me warmed up to it. And so far, a lot of people has really hated this film. And I can understand why, but at the same time, I don't see what was wrong with the Happytime Murders. I thought the Happytime Murders was a welcoming surprise. It's not the best, greatest movie ever made. I'll say it right now, but it is, for what it is, it's a pretty decent film. Now, I do have my usual problems. I do feel like there is a little way too much. There's a little way too much R-rated stuff they try to slap in your face. A little bit too much. I also feel like that in some cases the movie does lose its sense of humor. But, and also, I will say that Joel McHale is not really that great of a villain. I feel like he could have been a lot better. But, am I going to sit here and say this is a terrible movie? Absolutely not. I've seen way worse movies this year. Slenderman is worse. Hellraiser Judgment is worse. Venom, I'm still against Venom. But I'm hoping that movie does surprise me, but I doubt it. It will surprise me. The puppeteer work here is fairly decent. I like the puppeteer work. I really enjoyed the puppeteer work. I thought it was very cool. This did have the lowest opening of Melissa McCarthy's career, but this is not the worst movie from Melissa McCarthy. I've seen way worse. Way worse, man. Way worse. 125 puppets used for the film, and there are 40 created specifically. And all the sets were built that so the puppeteers could stand on the floor to operate these puppets. And I really love the puppet work here. The acting, of course, is really good. Melissa McCarthy's not had a good year. I haven't seen Life of the Party, but I'm pretty sure it'll be any movie with Melissa McCarthy, it'll be better than I Feel Pretty with Amy Schumer. And this is coming from someone who's not a fan of Amy Schumer. Hey, I wasn't even the biggest fan of Snatched. The only good movie that she had was Trainwreck. That was somewhat passable. here, I will say, it's not the best movie ever. It doesn't waste its premise. I do think it lives up to its premise. I can kind of say this is a guilty pleasure. I do like the cast. Melissa McCarthy is great. Maya Rudolph is great. Elizabeth Banks is gorgeous in this movie. Joel McHale, he's good. The puppeteer work and the voice acting for the puppets are great. This is just a fairly decent watch. Now, I'm going to have to say this because I know parents are going to probably take their kids to this movie only because it has puppets in it. This is not for your kids, parents. Don't take your kids to go see this. This is an R-rated film, just like Deadpool 2. Don't take your kids to go see Deadpool. Because Deadpool, there is a lot of language, there's a lot of R-ratedness in this movie, and kids, they're going to be stunned at what they see. So, do not show this to your kids. Have them watch something like Avengers Infinity War Part 1. I will give this movie, I'm being generous, I'm going to give this movie a middle badly. It is one of my guilty pleasures of the year, but I do feel like that the problems does hurt the movie a little bit for me to give this a highly recommended. But I will still give this movie a watch. Let me know what you guys think about the Happytime Murders down below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I will see you guys in the next video. This is Future Filmmaker 3940 signing out, and you guys keep it cool as always.